Welcome to the Animal Show, helping pets in your community find their forever homes. I'm Danica Collins, inviting you to join us for the next half hour as we visit some of the good people working hard to bring people and pets together. Featuring Surrey Animal Resource Centre, the City of Coquitlam Animal Shelter, New Westminster Animal Shelter, Langley's Pattydale Animal Shelter. I love animals, and I think every animal deserves a home. Stick around, maybe you'll find a new friend. The good people at the New Westminster Animal Shelter always welcome the public. Come and visit and adopt a dog, a cat, or even a bunny. They are located at 231 Ewan Avenue on Queensborough Island. Call them at 604-519-2008 to arrange a visit.
Hi there, I'm Margie Fox. I'm here at the New Westminster Animal Shelter, and I'm introducing you, first off, to our adoptable bunny named Brambles. Brambles is a beautiful brown bunny who, along with a few other bunnies, was found abandoned in an empty lot. Brambles is a super curious, outgoing, friendly bunny. When you come to her cage, she'll run right up to the front to see what's going on. So Brambles is approximately a year old, and she could either go by herself, but bunnies do like to have friends. We do have a few other bunnies that we think would be a good pair, companion for her. So the adoption fee for one bunny is $50. And if we find a pair of bunnies that would be suitable together and you'd like to adopt two, then that adoption fee is reduced to $75 to encourage adoption of more than one bunny. So if you'd like to meet them or find out any more information, you can give us a call. Our phone number is 604-519-2008. All right, so next I'd like to introduce you to this beautiful kitty cat named Chi-Chi. Chi-Chi is a female cat. She's a mature girl, about 7 years old, and she's what we call a dilute tortoiseshell. So sometimes or calico even, you'll see cats that have black and orange markings. That's a tortoiseshell, but when it's gray and peach, that's a dilute tortoiseshell, which I think they're stunning. And she particularly has very unique markings. Chi-Chi is a really lovely cat. She was surrendered with her son, Fluffy, who's since been adopted, which is okay because her previous owner thought, you know what, she might just enjoy a life without her son. It might be time to move on. So we're okay that they got separated. We think Chi-Chi would just love a home where she gets spoiled rotten and have attention lavished upon her. She's very low maintenance, very low key in the cat room, just spends most of her time curled up having a nap or watching the birds, at the bird feeder. She's really not a high energy, spunky cat. She's more one that you can just probably hang out with and watch TV. So Chi-Chi, she could probably peacefully coexist with another cat, but she'll be just fine on her own as well. And I think she would be okay for families that have children, as long as, of course, they were respectful and calm towards Chi-Chi, because she's pretty gentle. So this is Chi-Chi, beautiful kitty cat, ready for adoption. Anytime you can come meet her, 10:30 to 3:30, 7 days a week, or you can call us and we'll tell you a bit more about her. Thank you. Okay, this stunning beauty is Venus. Venus is an older girl. She's approximately 10 years old, and she was surrendered to us because her owner had some health concerns and couldn't keep her any longer, unfortunately. So Venus here is looking for a new home. She first arrived, she was very shy, very cute, would just hide away. And we'll turn her around. There we go. Venus did not have a whole lot of veterinary care before coming to us. So we do need to catch up on some stuff. Obviously, vaccines are always done and a microchip implant. But she does also need a dental cleaning, possibly an extraction or two of some teeth that have been giving her some problems. And we did notice that her breath is not the freshest, which is a huge indication that there's dental disease going on. So it's something we see quite often, actually, even with pets who have been owned for quite some time by the same family. People just don't realize that their pets need preventative vet care, including dental care, which we know can be kind of expensive, but if you do it more frequently, dental cleanings, you'll stave off bigger problems that turn into bigger bills. So something to keep in mind if you have pets at home is that dental care is part of their overall health care. And if they're not if they're having issues with their dental health, that can affect them overall as well. So anyway, Venus will get dental surgery very soon, and then she'll have sparkling white teeth and nice fresh breath, and she'll be ready to give you lots of kisses. So if you'd like to meet Venus, give us a call or come on down to the animal shelter. Thank you. Okay, so we're going to try and go fast with Levi because he's very anxious to run around and check everything out. This little guy here, he's not so little, I guess. His name is Levi, and he was an owner surrender. He's only about a year old. But his owner said he didn't have the time or resources to really invest in a puppy, which he really still is, just a puppy. It's okay, baby. So Levi is now up for adoption with us. We were told he's a Shepherd Lab mix. We think he looks kind of husky-ish, but who knows for sure. He is a sensitive boy, and he will need a particular kind of home. We think he was disciplined physically before, which obviously we don't agree with. And it can have some pretty negative impacts on a very young and impressionable dog. Hang on, honey. It's okay, honey. It's okay. So Levi needs a home who's gonna work with him with positive training only, force-free training. That means no physical corrections, no yelling, no bops on the nose or anything. Those things don't work. And certainly with a dog like Levi, it's just going to make him scared of you and not trust you. So we'd like a home for Levi that will help him work on his house training, because he's not perfect, and really help build his confidence. And he's a very fun dog once he relaxes around you, but he does have some fears. And so he's not the kind of dog that you can just let out in the yard unattended or have off leash running on the trails. Not yet, anyway. So if you'd like to meet Levi and you think you can offer him a calm, positive, loving, patient home, then give us a call and we'll set up a time for you to come and meet him. This is Levi, a 1-year-old, gorgeous, mixed breed dog. Thank you. Oh, that's a good boy, eh?
The Coquitlam Animal Shelter is located at 500 Mariner Way. They always have animals looking for good homes. So if you're interested, let them know by calling 604-927-7387. Let's see who's in there now.
Hi there, my name's Diane. We're at the Coquitlam Animal Shelter today. I have here with me today a 14-week-old female spayed kitten named Sabrina. Sabrina's very well-natured. She gets along well with other cats. She's currently staying with another cat right now, another female, which I'll show you next. She'd be a great addition to any family. So if you're interested in meeting her, you can come on down to the Coquitlam Animal Shelter. Here with Barb. Barbara now. Barbara's been staying in the same kennel as Sabrina. She's a 13-week-old female spayed kitten, up to date on all her vaccines as well. She's a little bit nervous, as you can see. She's just got an ear infection that she's getting over right now, but other than that, she's got no other health concerns or anything. Very sweet kitty, looking pretty sleepy right now. So if you want to meet Barbara, you can come on down. And we're here with Oreo. Oreo's a 6-month-old male-neutered little guy here. Oreo was adopted out to a family, and unfortunately their dog didn't like him very much, so they had to bring him back. He apparently liked the dog a lot though, so I'd say he's good with dogs. He seems like he would be good with other cats as well with a slow introduction. He's just a very nice cat, up to date on vaccines as well, so if you'd like to come meet Oreo, come on down. Is Honey Bunny. Honey Bunny is a about a year-old male-neutered rabbit. As you can see, he likes to eat. I'm told he enjoys the occasional craisin. He likes his dark leafy greens and pretty much anything you offer him. He's probably one of our most social rabbits here. So if you want to meet him, just head on in.
You're watching The Animal Show, helping animals find people. And now, another pet training tip from the Good Dog Ranch in Port Coquitlam.
Hi, it's Jamie Kinna here from Good Dog Training, Boarding and Daycare, and I'm here with my friend Teddy today, who's an 8-month-old mixed breed puppy, to talk to you about some winter tips. As nice as it looks today, winter is coming, and it's great for us to start to get prepared. Things we want to look out for in wintertime is that we keep our dogs as warm and dry as possible. So if they're out playing in the snow or in the rain, we make sure that we properly dry them off. This includes the paws. In the wintertime, there's lots of salt on the roads, and this can make our dogs' feet dry and crack. So it's important that if we're out on a walk that we have salty paws, that we do wipe them off. You can actually even apply a little bit of Vaseline to help the dogs from getting salt on their feet to begin with. It's important that we keep our dogs inside during the wintertime as much as possible, and that we don't leave food and water dishes outside. Not only does this attract wildlife, but for water dishes left outside, if a dog spends a lot of time outside, can quickly freeze. And that's not fair for a dog if they're not able to have access to water at all times. If you have a long-haired dog like Teddy, you might want to invest in a raincoat or a jacket or a sweater to keep them as clean and dry as possible. Wintertime Christmas treats are wonderful for us, Christmas trees, ornaments, and the goodies that come with it, but it's a good idea to make sure that, especially if you have a puppy, you might want to put a baby gate around your Christmas tree, or you want to make sure that the dog has limited access when they're supervised to these areas, so they're not ingesting things like ornaments or pine needles, or Christmas wrapping paper, ribbons, things like this. Particularly goodies. Turkey bones and chocolate can be toxic to dogs and cause all sorts of health issues. So we try and keep them away from those items. Try and follow these tips and you'll have a wonderful winter season. And we wish you a Merry Christmas from everybody here at Good Dog. Right, Teddy? Right.
The Pattydale Animal Shelter in Langley is located at 26220 56th Avenue. If you wish to visit any of the animals that are there for adoption, call 604-857-5055. Let's visit the animals now.
Hi there, my name is Jane Nelson, Manager of Animal Welfare here at the Langley Animal Protection Society and the Pattydale Animal Shelter. And with me right now are 3 adorable 2-week-old kittens. This is our Peanuts litter, and this little orange cutie is Linus. And then we have Marcy and Snoopy. These guys are just here for a little weigh-in and a checkup. They are currently in foster care with some wonderful folks who foster for us. We were just discussing this is their fourth litter since May, so that means they're getting up round the clock every 2 hours to bottle feed these little characters and make sure that they grow up big and healthy so that they can find homes of their own. We could not do what we do without our foster homes. They are just an amazing group of people who truly save a lot of little lives. These guys won't be available for adoption probably for another 6 weeks or so. But we do have, sadly, even though it is the sort of end of kitten season, we have about 70 kittens still in our care. So we are looking for fantastic homes to come on down to the shelter and maybe fall in love with a kitten or two and take them home. So if you've got room in your heart and home for 1 or 2 totally adorable little teeny tiny kittens, give us a call here at the Pattydale Animal Shelter.
Don't forget, you can also visit our website anytime at www.animalshow.ca.
We had just had a litter of kittens come in. They are from a rural property where there are multiple cats. They're feral. They're not owned by anyone, and the owners of the property have, bless their hearts, been catching the kittens and trying to tame them and find homes for them. So they've just caught 3 more and have brought them in to us. So these little guys have been living outside, born to feral parents. This will be really their first experience with being handled so much, and we're going to just go through our normal intake process, which is going to involve an exam. We want to make sure that they don't have ear mites. They'll have their little nails trimmed, a little manicure. We'll treat them for fleas and deworm them because they'll be probably chock block full of both. And if they're well, they'll be vaccinated as well, if they're well and old enough. And then we will find a foster home for these guys if we can and let them get big enough to be spayed and neutered, which usually happens between 8 and 10 weeks. It's around 2.5 pounds when they can be spayed and neutered. And then they can be adopted into homes. They're going to need a few weeks to learn to enjoy being handled by people. Kittens will come around really fast. They're going to be a little bit scared today, but they will, as I said, they'll come around really fast. Sometimes if they're infested with fleas, they will end up with being quite anemic because of the flea infestation. And they're just looking to make sure that everything looks okay in their mouth and with their teeth. And they'll make sure that they don't have a cleft palate, that their color is good. And Kayla's going to try and have a little listen to her heart. Oh, she said, I don't really like that. And everything sounds good, Kayla? And do you think he has some upper respiratory? So these guys may not be able to go into foster care until we can get them well enough. They may need to be treated with antibiotics for the upper respiratory infection. Sometimes there's a secondary bacterial infection that happens. And of course, nail trimming for these guys is just like for us. So just like clipping your own fingernails, it doesn't, there's no pain. It's not uncomfortable. So that just sometimes by covering their little faces, it's a little less frightening for them. You can see Kayla's really good at it. She's really fast. So this is the skin tent test. It's just one way we have to see how well hydrated they are. So sort of tent the skin. It should snap right back into place if they're healthy. They should weigh about 800 grams, and he weighs less than 500 grams, so he's really underweight. for his age. So that's pretty sad. So we'll have to get some really good high quality food into him. Cat overpopulation issue in most communities is pretty sad. There are just so many cats. In Langley, we're estimating about 22,000 unowned cats living on the streets. And they're producing a huge number of kittens every year. In addition to that, we see about 25% of owned cats are still not spayed and neutered. You know, that adds a significant number of new kittens every year as well. So we estimate about 80,000 kittens are probably born every year in Langley. Unfortunately, 75% of the kittens that are born outside to feral mom and dads are not likely to survive past 6 months. So seeing a very low survival rate. Another part of our commitment to reducing the cat overpopulation problem is we have a TNR program, and a spay and neuter program. So if you live in Langley and can't afford to have your cat spayed or neutered, you can come here and get a certificate to have it done. And if you've got feral or free-living cats on your property, we can also help by assisting with trapping and spaying and neutering.
Watching The Animal Show, helping animals find people. This is the Surrey Animal Resource Centre. They have lots of animals up for adoption and will welcome a visit by you if you are interested. So please call and visit the Surrey Animal Resource Centre.
Hi, I'm Shelley and we're here at the Surrey Animal Resource Centre, and kitten season is in full swing here. These guys, these girls, this is Timmy, Ralphie, and Fluffy. They came into the shelter when someone had rescued them and was unable to rehome them. So these lovely girls are now ready for adoption. If you want to come down and see them at the shelter today, please come down and see them. Timmy, Ralphie, and Fluffy's exploring up high behind the cameraman. We have Putty. Now, if that's not a face that you don't instantly fall in love with, I don't know what is. Putty's about 8 years old and was surrendered to the shelter by the owner because they could no longer care for her. She prefers a home with no other cats, and she has a bit of a sensitive tummy, so she needs to be on a consistent food to help her use the litter box properly. So if you are interested in her, and not very often here at the shelter we get a Devon Rex, so she's kind of a celebrity here. So if you would like to come down and meet Putty, please come down to the shelter. Next up we have Prinny. She's about an 8-year-old Chihuahua that came in as a stray, and she was terrified when she first came into the shelter. Being a little dog in a world of giants is hard sometimes, but she's made fabulous progress here at the shelter, and now she's ready to go into her forever home. Because she does get a little intimidated with fast movements and lots of activity, we're looking for a quiet home for her with no kids. She is a little bit nervous of big dogs, but she seems to be okay with smaller dogs, so she could definitely become a companion for a quiet home with another calm dog. She's very, very cute. She loves her treats, and she'll sit and dance and play, and she even really likes her toys. So she's quite active even though she's already 8. So if you are interested in this cute little girl, please come down to the shelter and ask to see Prinny. Next up we have Bolts. She is a 2-year-old 2-year-old pit bull mix, and she came into the shelter with her sister Daisy. Daisy's at the vet right now getting spayed, but they look very, very similar. So you should check out their pictures on our Facebook page. So they're about 2 years old, lots and lots of energy. We are looking at homes, either together or separate, because they are very social with people and social with other dogs, so they could easily be a great addition to your family. She's got a very unique, beautiful color here. So she's kind of like a blue brindle. So very, very stunning, yes, and very, very affectionate. So both Bolts and Daisy would make great jogging partners or hiking partners, just because they love being outside and they have so much energy. Both of them are still working on learning how to sit rather than jump up, because they're so excited when they see you that they want to jump up and give you a kiss. So if you are interested in doing a little bit of training and have lots of energy and love to give, Bolts would love to come into your home. So come down to the shelter and meet Bolts and Daisy.
Thanks for watching The Animal Show. Join us again as we help pets find their forever homes.